Why does value add strategy at this point in the market have me pretty nervous? Hey, everybody, it's Manny McAllister. I'm a multifamily investor, and I want to talk a little bit about something that I haven't heard a ton of investors speaking about here recently. The reason value add strategies are so incredibly powerful is if you increase the amount of money, you increase the net operating income that a property is making, you've exponentially increased the value of that property. The formula for figuring out a value of a multifamily property is net operating income divided by a cap rate equals that value. So if you increase that numerator, you've exponentially increased the value of that property. Well, what we're not talking about is that denominator, that cap rate. And right now, if we're in a super hot market, like I don't think any that's going to be a surprise to anybody, right? If you're acquiring at a 4 cap, think about what that means. Then to go from a 4 cap to a 5 cap, if you sell it a 5 cap, to go 1 point higher is I mean, we can argue if that's likely or not, but if that happens, your proportion of 4 to 1, like that's a 25% increase because that number is so small, this law of small numbers, if you're a mathlete. But the smaller that number gets, the more powerful any little change becomes. So if I'm acquiring at a 4 cap and I have to sell at a 5 cap, what does that mean? That means that my denominator has increased by 25%. So in order to keep up with the value of the property, I have to increase my net operating income by 25% just to keep up. So if I'm trying to achieve a value add strategy in this atmosphere that I'm acquiring around a 4 cap, because it's happening, you gotta be really ready to knock it out of the park in terms of increasing rents and decreasing expenditures and things like that. So keep it in mind when you're doing your underwriting that you got to think through what's happening on that denominator. So stay tuned for more.